Okay, I'm going to show you guys some like very extreme examples of how to use a clipping mask that I would imagine for doing some like realistic photo composite projects you probably never use, but just for today's sake of explanation and demonstration, I'm going to go for it. So I have this ridiculous image and I'm going to go under my adjustment layer, and I'm using Photoshop for this. It's very similar in Photopea. Um, so if I just picked something like threshold, and let's say I wanted my cat and my lady to be back, I would go ahead and make sure that this threshold layer is selected, and I go up to layer and I click create clipping mask, or you can hit Alt Command G. Okay, and now the only thing that's being affected by this adjustment layer is this bouquet of roses like I wanted. And I could slide this threshold layer around. So now it's affecting whatever it's directly on top of, like so. Right now the cat and the flowers are protected because the cat and the flowers are above that adjustment layer. And just to drive the point home, I'll do it one more time and I'll make this cat the only thing that has the adjustment layer. Right now, this adjustment layer is hovering over the cat layer, and I just go up into layer and click create clipping mask, or I can hit Alt Command G, and I can see that little crooked arrow is going right over my cat and not affecting the woman or the roses. If I wanted to get rid of this, in Photopea, you can just hit Alt and click the arrow. In Photoshop, it will be Control, and you click that little arrow, and then you can just ask for it to release the clipping mask. Okay, simple stuff. In Photopea, it's the same story. So you could change things up by moving your layers to be above or below. But that won't work in every case, because like in this instance, if I move that background copy up above these adjustment layers, it reverts it back to the way it looked before I made those adjustment layers, but then it's obscuring these layers of the pumpkins. So I want to pull it back down to the bottom, and then I can just go into my hue and saturation layer, go up to select, hit clipping mask, and voila. The only thing being affected is this pumpkin right here. The contrast has changed, everything else has changed for the other objects.